Mm, let's just do micros and we just buy every single dip. Five. Let's do. Yeah, let's just do 5,000, okay? Or let's do 10,000. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to double my account 3 times. Market is predisposed to go up long-term positions and songs gas. What else? I feel like trading. Let me see a 20 to 1. What does that look like? Mm. Let's do 5,200. Okay, I guess we'll do that. Well, this is actually cool. Okay. So you're gonna start with 1 micro. And I'm gonna have We know this. We know the drill. One minute on NQZ. And template. Yeah. And then this would be on the third monitor. So I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, it's just fire. So main screen. That. Which is, or let's do trade screen. Main screen delete. Trade is yeah, I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay. I'm gonna play around with the settings real quick. So give me a second. Search. Mute would be FN. Hey, we're back. Okay. Pause, play. Okay. That's good. Let's see. Let's see what else. That's cool. I can guess I can just put it here so we can all see. Um, what do we have here? I think 6. Bro, I'm not lying. No. Wolf sound. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, we have it. Can you guys hear it? Because I couldn't hear it. What about here? We here? What about here? Here. There's a setting I remember. Uh, I don't remember it though. Properties. Filter, no. Where do I go to hear myself though? Okay. 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 Maybe not while I'm streaming. I'll figure it out though. I'll put this bottom trade second screen. It's nothing. Renaming that main. Let's see what else we could do. Browser, image. I can work with that later. Delete that. Anyways, I think I've had enough fun for now. But let's go on to the review. Okay, so as we see in the description and the title, we're doing some housekeeping. We did housekeeping. Updated my OBS and renewed it. Charts still looking the same. Reset my paper trading accounts to what is, and then all that's left for me is consistency. That's literally all that's left of me. And we're going back to, one trade a day. If I have a losing trade and I take a full loss and I'm done, or I can go in with half leverage, and then if I lose that one, then I'm done. Then that's it. If I have a winning trade, then I'm done. So we're aiming for one good setup a day, and then with this one, I'm trying to double it 3 times before I get comfortable, and I may then move to real money. Then this one's like, I feel like trading when, it's not a good setup here, but I feel like I can just trade it good, and I'll just put a trade on and see how I feel. And then this one is market is predisposed to go up. Whenever the market drops like this, when it's down like this, I'm buying. I'm just gonna buy. So I'm being honest. I should probably start this one off right here with an MN key right here. So we're gonna buy one. Take profit here. Stop loss there. Now let's do 30K. Right there. And we're gonna keep adding to it. So that's about it. Basically every down day, we're gonna add some more until it averages out to a nice good price. And we can have execution marks when we bought. And I'm just gonna buy one every time, and then we'll see how it goes. It doesn't matter how much money I make. We got 10,000 here, then we got 5,000 here, 5,000 here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go into the price action for tomorrow. Well, first, I keep messing it up. I guess I don't know if this is illegal or not. Um, but let's see. Tomorrow we have this in the morning, this at 7 a.m. or 10 a.m., 8:15. Um, that's a great one, actually. That is a great one. Wow. Wow, that's good. But we're gonna put that over there. 5 to 10. Okay. So we have that. Then I'm gonna skip through this newsletter that I have. Okay. He kind of says the same thing here. New, okay. Housekeeping. Trade recap. Okay. So I'm not gonna put it here, but I'm just gonna say what he says, and I'm gonna make this big. Give me 1 second. All right. So let me see. Not interested. Not interested. No, no. Okay, so we are at 789, 6789. That's nice. Let me just give me a second. Interesting. Very interesting today. There's a lot to take in. We'll get to it later. Okay. So really not giving me much to work with, but I got Adam Mancini's thing again, and honestly, the principles are good. The ideas I don't really like, but let's go into today. Let's just outline some levels real quick. On the weekly, we got this wick, order block, or I'm gonna do the 50%. I guess that's okay. Or I'll do weekly here. Then this right here. Just think of it. Oh my gosh, cramp. Crap, I just cramped like insane. That's the bottom of the fair value gap on the weekly. We have this noted here. Order block there. If it goes below here, then I'll add some more. But that's pretty far. Then ES, we have that daily. We have quite a lot. We can just do this order block. This order block. Same with this order block. Same with this order block. And then this, which is a fair value gap high. And you see what we're doing? It's open, or open, 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 and then close. That's literally all we are doing, which is quite spectacular. If we do go below here, again, we have fair value gap here, some wicks here, inversion fair value gap there, but I don't think that's the case. So then, yeah, you have the new week opening gap, ES. Let's just outline it for the heck of it. Bearish fair value gap there, coupled by a bullish one right there. Then you got some order block levels that we could definitely pivot off of, so I'll outline them right there. Right there. Literally the same. And then right there. So all these white lines pretty important. Black line important. This range right here. Definite. Ooh, nope. So that definitely important. And order blocks. We can list that high too, honestly. As an order block. And that's pretty much it. Look, with one micro, I'm already up 50 points. That's pretty insane. But anyways, so let's just recap what happened today. and then you'll get used to the lines and the colors. If anyone is ever gonna rewatch this, other than myself, that would be funny. Because I know what everything here means. I mean, I have everything set up. I have so many. But if anyone ever watches this, which would be pretty insane if someone did, like I said, but um let me just give you a little breakdown, I guess. Green, fair value gap, bullish. These are weekly. Then the black is a weekly. White is always an order block. This is a weekly consequent encroachment. Then this is always going to be a bearish fair value gap. Um, Purple is new week opening gaps. This pink right here is new day opening gaps. This neon is 4 hour, so less than a daily chart for consequent encroachment. Then you have regular blue, which is a daily chart, a consequent encroachment, like this right here. And then you can see on the 4 hour right here is a light blue. And then the other important one is this right here, which is like the neon blue kind of thing. My screen right now is dark, so it doesn't look good, but in the morning it looks better, and more manageable for sure. But it's a neon blue, and that's the 930 fair value gap. So that's pretty much all I do and all I use. And then yeah, this one is the regular trading hours gap. So it is a lot, but after you do it, it just seems like second nature. It's like there's a lot on my chart, and I know ICT, he writes all his things in a notebook, and I honestly I haven't tried it. Maybe I'll try it, but I guess I could have like 1,000 more things on the chart, and even this is a lot. It looks like a lot, I know, but this is organized for me, and I kind of delete stuff as we go. But let's finally break down what happened. So I guess we could just let's start from here. Whoops. Let's start I'm gonna do a custom wallpaper, but let us start with this. And let's just do boom, boom, boom. So, let me see if I could draw a parallel. Real quick, let's see with ES. Oh, we're gonna keep it like that, okay? From September, or let's say from August right here. So this 3 months, which is, look at this, April. So close enough. Dude, that, even though how sharp it was, like, perfect buying opportunity. And to think that that was at 5,000 flat, and now we're almost at 7,000. To think that ES went up 40% in 6 months, it doesn't sound right. And yet here we are. But so then came, like I said, let's just look at August. August kind of dilly dally, but we still trudged higher. September, we just completely went higher, so nothing like that. In October, we kind of had this. And now I kind of see us where here with, like, right now we just had that. Boom. Crazy. Now it's like this. And I see it here. And now just keep going higher. And like, so that wasn't really that good, but let's see. Okay. I don't think we've topped. But then let's also look at things like Nvidia. Great. I mean, it just looks great. Tesla, absolutely insane. Apple, dude, crazy. AMD, like, is this even real? Meta, like, look at these. These are major stocks. Now, that's insane again. Who remembers that? 380 to 80 is insane, or 360. Or, yeah, 380. Anyway, yeah, Google, which is nuts. Microsoft, also nuts. This Amazon, also nuts. Like, every single thing is popping right now. Now we have Bitcoin, which is retraced, and it's retraced 20, almost 20% from all times. Same with Ethereum. We've seen quite the descent, and then XRP, we have also seen quite the descent, from 3.6 to 2.2, even back, to how it was almost a year ago. But like, look at that. We're still at very high prices. And then let's go back to when ES topped. And look, even in January, we had the same thing. It literally looked the same as this. See that? And wait a second, we might be cooking here. Right. Let's just do approximate. So I think it almost touched 50 here. Dude, but it's like accelerated. Look, that took a year, or almost 2 years. Let's say a year and 9 months. Then a year. And then October 17th through, that was 1, 2 years and like 3 months. Okay, but percentage wise, how much did it move? Projection. So we went from 2,100 to 4,800. Then 349.5 to, so it's about 50% from what I'm seeing. So right now we have potential for 7,500 before if that pattern continues. But I wonder if it I if it like I mean look, we're I'm like, this is insane right now. It literally looks the same. Right here to right here. Right here to right here. And then we just recovered it here. And now we have some more. And it's a bit faster. I mean, we've had it here. September to December. So about 3 months, yeah. Then a year and 3 months. Boom. Rebuild. But I guess, and then from like 2012, it went from 1,000 to 2,000, and I didn't dip. But this is like a different beast right now. Very interesting stuff. And if we ever were to get in a bear market, think about it. It would be like, this is a natural. This is natural. This is Black Swan. This is like, yeah, F you. And this was like over 1 month of 33% loss. Like, that's a 10% day. Same here, kind of just like F you. But see, it did take a long time, but the top was not in. Even this, it's interesting, like, for the top, it's seasonal tendencies. And right now, I don't see why we would be going lower. And even if we did, it would tip its hand to us. Like, I think even here, let me just show you, because it makes more sense. I'm getting so sidetracked, but I don't even care. Like, where was that? July? Yeah. Even here, you had a little tip of the hand. And wow, that was really strong. Even here, you have a little tip of the hand right there. SMT divergence. Boom. And again. So, it always tips the hand. Right now, I didn't even get to today. Right now, we don't have an SMT on the daily. ES went a little bit lower, almost into 50% of this range, which is probably a good range. It's a good line to have for sure. Yeah, so that's kind of like my last one. But it's still there. That's range. So we kind of hit 50%, 50%. Maybe we'll do a little dig lower, which would mean, I'm just going to outline this because I like it. But if I wouldn't want it to go below 50% of this, that's like the line in sand. And that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, we had this, which is just like crazy to see how much it's moving. Okay, we had this, now we had that, and you're just looking at the levels the whole time. Okay, Monday closes like this, like that. It's like, man, like, there's a high chance that if it's closing like that, below the 50% here, below the 50% here, inside day didn't take out the high, inside day didn't take out the high. We have relative equal lows here. We have relative equal highs there. It's kind of a 50-50. So then what do? You look at the bodies, okay? Didn't really give us much here, but overnight it just takes it for us. And give me one sec. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. But basically just keep key levels, and I have to go back into last week's, but let's just go into Sunday and Monday. Okay. So Monday opens and there's really not much going on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on the chart right now, but you see high, low, and then we kind of just like during the day we kind of literally after 10 we just meander in the middle, high, low, inside day, and then both two inside ranges. So then what's the tipping of the hand? You know, for me, my favorite is 4 p.m. Boom. You have tipping of the hand. Boom. Right there. Right there. And it's been loving to run overnight. That's what I've seen. When it trends, that's just it makes, I guess one way I see it is it's trending overnight, and then, you know, it just it just completes it. Like that looks like one complete move. And sometimes it opens and it just keeps going lower, or sometimes it opens, comes back, rebalances. Look at that, dude. You know, comes to 50% of the range, and then just keeps going lower. And now we're at 50% over here. We hit it, and now we set up a leg higher. I'm just mesmerized with this. Pretty insane, but um. So yeah, this is like all one leg since Monday. But Monday we had that inside range. Um we went higher, came back, touched the top, took out liquidity, came back to the middle. Kind of manner, did that tipping of the hand, bodies close, and then it just flushes throughout the night. Morning comes, you have this, takes out lows, comes back, rebalances, comes to 50%, breaks down aggressively, and then just keeps going lower. So I'm gonna do a lot more tomorrow or something, but right now it's getting late. Um and I'm gonna do a lot more. But as far as me, it's like I don't really need to know where it's going because. But the thing is, it's much better if I do, because first of all, it gives me more experience, more data, more in tune with the markets. Second of all, um, I like to know more. Sometimes it's not always beneficial to know more, but for me it is. Um, Whatever. Um, but yeah, I think it's not going to be a straight shot up, but we don't want to see it go below the 50% here. So we don't want to see it go below 25K or 732, which would mean it's a decent point to buy. That was also a bull flag, broke it down, came into here. Pretty nice. Um, but for bullishness, we'd want to see prices stay above here. This range that I have, this little gray range, and we want to see. Oh yeah, another tipping of the hand today was, if you pay attention, we were in the bottom half, and in the bottom half, that's not where you want to be. We came into the 50% of the regular trading hours, and I'm sure 786 to 892. Let me just see, because I'm curious. Yeah, we came into the 50%, so that's a beautiful. That's like a A plus short and an A plus delivery. I mean, almost to the tick right there. So I'm just trying to get more in tune with those and be more confident in that. And that's something that I would do on, I feel like, trading impulse, and the market predisposed to go up. We'll have that. And then this should be like, let's say, fluid flowing with, I like it. We'll do 10,000. And we'll do 200. And whoa. And that would be great for me to like catch something from there. And then while, I'm like, I feel like trading impulse or market's predisposed to go up, and I'm adding in times like this, or I'm just like, I see that and I'm like, dang, yeah, that could be like a really good juicy setup. But right now, I think I want to stick to my bread and butter, which is maybe frame a trade around the 930 open, or just find a 25 to 50 point trade, 1-to-1 R, and see how well I can just build an account off of that. And that's the thing, there's no rush, there's nothing. So with that being said, the only thing left for me to do is be consistent, show up every day, and that's honestly the most important part. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll leave it up to you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And then pause. And then that, nice.